Well, thanks for joining us, everybody, today. We have a special speaker or a special demonstrator today, Adrienne Allegretti. She's our Esri Technical Advisor for Office of Planning and um, Sustainable Development's Advantage Program. With Esri, she's going to walk us through running a script that will do its best to convert your classic series and journal story maps to the new story map format. As you know, the classic story maps is going to retire in about a month when the next ArcGIS Online update is rolled out. After which the old story maps they're just not going to function at all. Nothing's going to come up. So it's important for the story maps that you folks have that are especially the public facing ones, or even the ones that you might be using internally for projects, that they get updated before that date. Um, and Adrian, correct me if I'm wrong, the item itself is not going to disappear. So even after, I believe, even after the update in February, you could still run this script on that item ID to make that first attempt at a conversion. But as you'll see, there may be some fix-up required after you run the script. And so I think the maybe the fastest part of today's demo is actually going to be running the script. So with that, and a couple more things I want to mention is that in order to run the script, I needed to enhance your permissions on the system. So if you or your colleague, if your colleagues have story maps that they need to run through this and they don't have that, please have them email me. They just won't be able to run this script to begin with. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Adrienne. You might want to introduce yourself a little better than I did. Adrienne?
Oh, sure. So my name is Adrienne Allegretti. I am a technical advisor within Esri Professional Services. I've been working with the state planning department of the GIS, statewide GIS program for a number of years now. So some of your names look familiar to me here. I think we've interacted in some way or another before in the past. I've been at Esri going on almost 10 years now. And prior to being with Esri, I worked with a business partner who primarily did all things ArcGIS for 6 years. I have a master's in GIS, and yeah, I do a lot with our technology. So one of the things Arthur and I have been talking about is the upcoming retirement of the JavaScript SDK 3.x1, and implications of that are Web App Builder is being retired. So just keep that on your radar for migrating some of your Web App Builder applications to Experience Builder. And also, we have the new ArcGIS StoryMap application. And so some of these classic story maps are not going to really function after, at least the templates and stuff. You're not going to be able to edit them or anything after the next update of ArcGIS Online, which currently is slated for February 25th. So it's just a month away. But I think that a lot of the story maps that are out there, while it is a bit of work to convert them, there are templates available where they should be, very similar in terms of functionality. And like Arthur said, there is a script that can help you migrate some of these. They're specific to certain templates though. And I know that he shared a list out. I can't remember the exact date of the email. I think it was the 18th of December. So hopefully everybody has that email in hand, and you can take a look at the attachment that he provided. Well, there's two attachments. One's a Word doc that kind of goes over the retirement of classic story maps, as well as some actions that you can take, including a link to the script, which we're going to show today. Also an Excel sheet, which you can use to take a look at, find your username and look at the potential story maps that are going to be affected, whether or not you want to just let them die or if you want to convert them. So you can make that decision. Quite a few of them, I think, are private or just or not shared. So my strategy would probably be to like focus on the ones that are public and decide whether or not they actually need to be replaced, or if at this point they are just something that is an artifact from a previous time and you don't really need to worry so much about. So yeah, step one would be kind of going over that list of items that are yours and deciding what you want to do with those. If they are one of these three types, and let me get to my screen share here. So there's three types of classic story maps that this script will handle for you if you do decide that you need to get it converted. Let's see, screen 3. Hopefully you can see my screen. Can you give me a confirmation, Arthur?
Yes, can see it.
Okay. So this story map conversion helper script, there's a link to it that's in the Word doc that Arthur shared, but also we shared this notebook to the org. So you should be able to find it. I think if you just go into the org and we could just do a quick test here and maybe just do a search. I actually would be keen to know if any of you could do a similar search and just see if it shows up for you. You'll see that it has my name associated with it. Maybe while I continue, somebody can give a confirmation. But anyway, you want to go to the script, go open the notebook. Sometimes it takes a moment to open up. While that's opening, here is the Excel that Arthur shared. So I'm just going to grab one of these so we can like look at what the original looked like. I'll just grab this. Oh, it looks like you already went through and marked which ones you could use the script with, Arthur. Is that right? With this
Yeah,
X?
it's those three types, the Cascade, the series, and the journal.
Yeah. Okay. That's helpful. We'll just take a look at this first one that you have. It's a private one, so may not need to be redone, but we'll just use this as a test case. I'm going to copy this URL so we can take a look at what the original one looks like. Hopefully I'm choosing a good one, Arthur.
That's an inherited one, so I really don't know what it is.
Okay. Let's how do I get the share bar out of my way? Here we go. Okay, so this looks like a pretty decent one. Although it was until I saw testing, testing, testing.
Okay.
Let's try the next one. Site visits. Oh, I think that we looked at that one before when we met. Um, like a set of maps in the tabs. I'm not sure how well Since there's not like a lot of text on this one, I'm not sure how well it will come through with the script. But the script works pretty well when you've got like a lot of text along with images and maps that are associated. Um, this looks similar to the other one above. I think somebody was just trying to find what the best story map was to meet their needs.
Uh, it looks like the here one is a
So
good one.
which one?
Here, the here newsletter.
Here.
Um, where is it? Oh, why do I not see it there? Hang on a second.
Maybe if you drop the link into the chat. Oh wait, we got some in the chat here. Okay. Thank you for confirming. Sure, you can provide me an example. Anybody want to be a guinea pig and have me run the script? There we go. Let's look at this one. Okay. Let's do this one then. Basically, all you need to do is grab the app ID from the URL. Although I think it may also be, is it available in here separate? I think it's embedded in the URL. So
Yeah, I've
just
got
grab
some
that.
hidden columns there. You see between B and F. I think it's there.
Oh, okay. They're hidden in there. Uh,
If you, yeah, if you just click on
there we
B,
go.
okay.
Kind of like, I gotta do some scrolling and stuff.
Yeah, if you click on B and shift, click on F,
There
and
we
then
go.
you can unhide.
Okay. So yeah, you can get to the ID specifically on column C there. All right, well, we're gonna grab Dallas's example here. So going back to our script, so this is what you'll see when you open up the notebook. Basically, all you need to do is remove this example app ID here in block number 2, paste that. And what I usually do from here is just like restart and run all for this, just to have a clean run of the app. So let's see what it does with this particular one. And you might see the app come up with a bunch of like errors or messages and stuff like that. You can just kind of ignore it and just see what messages it returns back at the bottom of the script here. Also, I'll just note that I didn't create this script. It's just kind of out there in the wild for helping with this. So yeah, you'll see a lot of these like deprecation warnings and stuff like that. You can just ignore those. What you really want to see is this thing complete successfully and give you some messages. Uh-oh. Cannot unpack non-iterable, non-type object. We were seeing this before, Arthur, too, like with some of the other ones. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what in particular trips this up. Um, but let's see if it actually created anything. Because sometimes we do see that it like created a portion of the story map. There might be some content in here that it can't reach for some reason. And so when it creates a story map, it actually gives you, you'll just have to refresh your content and you'll see that it has a story map that it created. Let's see what it actually did here, if anything. Yeah, it didn't really do much. Is there another example we could look at? Sorry about that one, Dallas. Looks like that one will need some extra help.
I put a URL in there as well. It's the one above Dallas's.
Oh, okay. Let's try that one.
That works.
Okay. Let's grab this app ID, try again. Basically, I'm just going back to the same script, the same notebook, replacing the ID again at the top with this scrolling to do. Hmm. Did you say that this one worked?
No, I haven't tried it. Have not tried.
Oh. It says it's a journal.
Yeah.
Well, there is one that I know works, so I'll just run through that one again. Let me find it. This state beach recreation area. If anybody else has one that you are very interested in me trying out for you, feel free to drop it into the chat. Oh my goodness. I might have to refresh the page here. That's a good question, Lisa.
Because I have it open and I was gonna mess with it, but then I thought maybe I shouldn't while you're doing.
You can make a copy of it and run it yourself. If it's a shared one, yeah, I'm not sure if that would trip up the system here. It's thinking. Hmm. Did anybody else try to open it while I was running it?
I did.
Why it's doing
I
this?
didn't do any editing or anything, but that might have broke it. All right.
Okay. Yeah, that might be an issue. Maybe make a copy of the notebook and save it. You can also go to the original item and save that within your content. So maybe let's try this again. While that's running, I'll go drop the original item ID in here. You guys can save that down for yourself. So what you would have to do is download it. Maybe if you're signed in, it'll be different. I'm not sure why it doesn't have me signed in, but let's see. Okay. So you can go to this original one. If you're signed in, you can go to Open Notebook, and then you should also be able to save that into your content. So then maybe we won't get tripped up by multiple people in there at the same time. Let's see, where were we running this? Okay. So it looks like this worked. This is kind of what the output would look like. Don't ask me what any of this means. But you would see some content like this. And then if it was successful, and then when you go to your content, let's go back. I think these are all my unsuccessful runs here. You can see that it pulled over the majority of this content in here. And then there's just some tweaks that you're going to need to do to clean this up. But I think the benefit of it is, if it does run successfully, at least it gets your images and the text over into the ArcGIS story map that you can then easily just tweak and, make it look how you want. If we look at this original one, URL here. You could see that we probably want to have the image front and center here, be able to scroll down. Look at this flyer for mornings and notices for the beach. What I have found is that if we have this background image behind that section header, it doesn't really like it so much. So it's been dropping that image down below. So you probably just need to remove that and just keep just a background color or something for the text there. But yeah, so you can still access your old ones take a look at, you know, what you had going on there, and then just work on trying to make it look as similar as possible, or changing it if you didn't like it. But you'll want to remove the copy of the name that it made there, and it also like adds in this like draft and byline. You can edit that stuff in the story settings, I believe, by either hiding a cover if you didn't want that cover image there. Removing the publication date, you can hide that if you didn't want like a particular date there. So you could go through the story settings, save that. I don't believe that we needed this for this picture, so probably want to change this a little bit so it doesn't have like any kind of text or anything there. You can change the layout. Again, we had text for this image. Here's one, I think, where this image was maybe behind this text. So you can see it takes a little bit of work to just come and clean it up, but I think it'll get you like the majority of the way there. I think that somebody else dropped another link in here we can try. The Discover application. Like a good one. Hopefully it will run successfully. Is this is it Francier? Is that correct? Am I saying your name right? Is this your application?
I think that's Francine.
Francine? Okay. If it runs successfully, what I can do is transfer ownership of whatever it creates over to you. And then the next step then would just be going to a section on the settings of the item and giving of the old app and giving it a replacement URL. So I'll show you how to do that. I did run this, right? Feels like it's taking a bit. A very long code block. Sorry, it seems like it's taking a bit on this one. Maybe it has some very large images. Okay. So this is what it gave us. I think it got us most of the way there. So the next step from there, like I said, would be to go into your content. Let me just go. I may not be able to do this because you own the original item. Let's see. But I can at least point out where you would get to this setting. So under settings for your item, you see there's this button here for replacement item, and then you can select the item. And then you would just go and select that story map. I haven't changed the name yet, so I'm assuming it's this one. But you would just select this one. I'm not going to do it on your app because it'll. I actually don't think it goes into effect until after the retirement of StoryMaps. But you would select this, and then once the retirement goes into place, your app will be then redirected to the new one. That's all I really had to show you guys.
I have some questions, Adrienne.
Go for it.
This replacement item setting, is that only going to appear in StoryMaps, or does that apply to any item, any app? Like if we
I believe it's also available for web app builder applications, but I think we can look.
okay.
Does anybody have maybe like a web app builder application we could take a look at?
I'm sure we got many, but I don't have any URLs.
Not hand.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to point out to everyone that when it is successful, like the Heio one, or even partially successful, like the Hapuna one, um, even though you're still going to have to do a lot of work to fix it up to get it the way you want, at least you have an application to edit that story map in. Whereas for the ones that it didn't convert, you need to do something now to get it to the point where you can run this script, I guess, if you can figure out what the error is. Otherwise, you'll have to rebuild from scratch. And which gets me also to the classic story maps that are not covered by this script. And I don't know off the top of my head which ones those are. But this script only works for the classic, for the Cascades, the series, and the journal. Doesn't work for, I'm just going to name some, Crowdsource, Map Tour, and I'm not sure what other one. Spyglass doesn't work for those. For those, you have to sort of from scratch find a suitable template in Experience Builder or Instant Apps, or some other app, and build it from scratch. Is that right, Adrienne?
Yep, that's right. Yeah, and some of those that you mentioned, like crowdsource, there is a comparable instant app for that, and I think also for Map Tour. But we can take a look at those real quick, but I did want to show you that I'm showing a web app builder application here, and it also has this replacement item available to it. So if you do convert like one of your web app builder applications to an experience builder application, you have that option for those too.
So does this work like a redirect or something? So like if
Yes.
I've got a link on my website to the old LiDAR thing, that when the user clicks on that, it's automatically, even though I haven't updated the link on my website, it's gonna take them to the new replacement.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
And I did make a copy of the item of the script of the notebook. And a couple things that I noted were that it instead of doing the kernel restart and clear output,
Mhm.
it and I think it's in the script itself, it tells you to use that like the fast forward button to run it.
Oh, to
Yeah.
hit the run.
Yeah, not run, but the double. Yeah, the one to the right. Yeah, that one.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, because when I
Oh,
ran
okay.
when I did
Oh
the
yeah, it's pretty much
kernel,
the same thing.
yeah, when I did the kernel thing, it didn't do anything. Nothing ran.
Oh,
Oh, you know
interesting.
why? Because I did restart and clear out output, not restart and run all. That's why. Sorry. So yeah, it does the same thing. And
Okay, yeah. It
something,
looks like when you hover over it, yeah, it says restart the kernel and rerun the whole notebook.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess you could use that button as well.
And then something just to note for everyone on the call is that you don't have to enter your credentials as long as you're logged in and you're in your account running this notebook thing. You don't have to enter credentials. It pulls them.
Yeah.
So that was pretty handy. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it just runs off of the logged in user.
So as you can see, it's not perfect. And even when it does run, it's going to require some work on your part to clean it up. So I would, again, as Adrienne said, prioritize your stuff. Probably start on the public stuff that you know that you want to keep and have people still use. You've got about a month to do this. And good luck. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. It's going to take a lot of work. But if you have any,
Yeah, and if you have any questions or get tripped up by anything, like feel free to reach out and we'll try to navigate your questions.
yeah, like what you
Um,
got with these iterative errors are
mhm.
caused by.
But just to looking at the instant apps here, like if you have a map tour, I think that this attachment viewer is a good replacement item for that. And then the crowdsourced ones, I think manager is kind of comparable. So lots of options here in the instant apps too for recreating.
Anybody else have any questions? Okay, if not, I think we're going to finish early. This
Wait,
is,
Arthur, I have one question. This is Lisa.
yeah, hey, Lee.
I am going through all of mine and I'm trying to do what Adrian did, and none of them are converting, but I just wonder if maybe none of them are convertible. So what,
You using the spreadsheet I sent, or are you just going through your content?
yeah, I'm using the spreadsheet you sent.
Yeah,
I don't know. Some say they're Cascade, some say they're map series,
yeah.
but is it
You're getting errors
surprising
for
that
them.
none of them are working? Does that seem about right?
The one I just ran that was for, was that Francine's?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to, well, I have your list. I have the list that I was gonna filter it and just see if we could see which ones to try for you.
I could give you one that's like an old story map.
Is it one that, okay, I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 of them?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's 3 is marked. Let's see. One's a Cascade. Well, there's 2 Cascades in the map series.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do you want to try?
Maybe let's see. That's a
I should go
cascade.
back to my screen share again.
I guess I would like to try the one that's called Marine and Coastal Zone Advocacy Council, and it's a cascade.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Um, let's try this one then. Did you already tempt this one and it errored out for you?
Well, yeah. I mean, I couldn't really tell because I don't really know how to use notebooks, but I inserted the link and then I restarted it and ran all the cells, and nothing new showed up in my content, and it seemed to have an error saying that it couldn't uh, import a story map or something like that.
Okay.
Let's
I was
see.
just trying to narrow down if maybe there was a
Oh yeah,
permission.
cannot import name web map. I don't know, but nothing. I tried actually almost all of them, and none of them converted.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, it converted this one.
Oh, maybe it's converting them, but wouldn't it show up in my content? Because nothing showed up in my content.
Yeah, you should get a message like this where it says the conversion's done. Let's take a look at this one. See what we actually got.
That's, I don't think that's fine.
Oh, this is I think this is Francine's. I was able to do the scrolling virtual tour. That one completed.
Did I grab the wrong one here?
Yeah, that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you could grab the one right above it, I guess I helped make that
This one?
because I don't even remember that at all. But I'm looking
Oh, okay.
in my,
Maybe there's a copy of it or something.
I don't know, but I'm looking in my code. Would it be at the end where it would provide you with a link if it actually worked, or?
At the,
Yeah, it should show up at the very bottom of the
And then when
script.
it says to run the cell below to make sure you have the correct API version, do you have that and do you run that?
So right now it's running on version 10 of the notebooks. It should work. Like I haven't changed any settings there. I just kind of took what was available from the item.
Okay. Well, so Arthur, you were able to get one to convert. Which one was it? Because maybe I'll see if I can get that to work.
The scrolling.
Oh, I
one?
tried that one too, and I couldn't get it to do anything. So maybe I'm just not doing it right. I'll just read your link.
Yeah, I
So
think the
this
only
one
thing
looks
you have
like
to, if
it's
you've downloaded
running.
the or if you've made a copy of the notebook, the only thing you have to do is paste the app ID
Yeah, that's what I
and
was doing.
yeah, and that's it. And then do the run. And the scrolling one, I didn't see any errors or anything. Just seemed to.
Do I have permission to do whatever it was that you
You
need to have permission?
should. I've given you all the notebook permissions, so you should. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard because Adrienne has admin rights and I also have admin rights, so
Mhm.
that's why it's hard.
Yeah.
Uh, Adrienne, would it be helpful if Lisa shared her screen to see what that looks like?
Yeah, it looked like, so the one that you gave me, Lisa, it looked like it converted.
Oh, you got it to work. Cool.
Yeah. So I can change the ownership of this so that you can have access to it and,
Okay.
make the tweaks that you need to make for it.
Okay. That'd be great. Thank you.
But I would be curious to see like if you were to do the
I'm
same
sure.
thing on your end, if you're able to get it to run with the same ID. So I'll drop this in the chat here if you wouldn't mind giving it a try.
Okay. I can share
Uh,
screen so you can see
So
what I'm
Ruben got an error also. So is that
I mean, maybe try to run it on one of the ones that's not those three.
I I've been just playing with it. I basically use the tab map series, and
Hmm.
it's just converting them all to like a scrolling story map. Uh, I found it.
Okay.
I because I use the tab map series, and I nest tab map series. So like you showed
Hmm.
some of those that look like that, but it doesn't. I found that the story map collection, I just make a collection. So I have instead of I can't nest a collection within a collection, but it's it's working. It's just not what I'm used to. I'll get used to
Yeah, yeah.
the new stuff.
It gets you part of the way, not all the way. I did have an instance too where I was doing a test and I noted that there was like a story map within a story map. So I had to actually run the conversion script on both of them. And then when I was like updating the main one, I had to go and re-embed the story map um, that I also had to run the script on, if that makes sense. So I had to like scroll down into it and then update the embed URL for the new story map.
Right.
yeah, so if at some point you need to decide, is this more work to run this script and then fix it up, or should I just create a new one? Maybe sometimes it's just better to start from scratch.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it looks like for most of yours, Ruben, that they should work, but um,
Well, they work, but it's not what I want. It
it's
created
not what you're expecting.
like I said, I have tabs and I hit a tab and it opens
Hmm.
each one. Whereas and each tab is a dashboard. And now what it created was a scroll. And as I scroll down, each dashboard opens. Whereas
Oh, I see. I see.
it's not, what I built is a story map collection. And then it's got a series of, they're not tabs, but they're the list on the story map. And as I click each one opens is an individual dashboard. So
Yeah. Do you have an example of one that I can take a look at? Maybe what I can do is just see if there's like an easy change the configuration that you can make that I can point out to you?
Well, like the one pests at the top. That's one I just did.
I see you have these tabs here.
So those are
And
that's
then,
and then if yeah, it'll take a little while. So then if you click on a tab,
mhm,
then sometimes it has nested tabs within that. This one doesn't, but it's
okay. Well, let me take a look at this offline because I might be able to just give you like a quick suggestion of
well, like
like,
this one is easy enough. Like I
mhm,
just make collections and I
mhm.
add each dashboard into the collection and then create a story map. And so it'll have the story map. And instead of tabs, those are just headers. And when I click the header, it opens the dashboard. It's just the bigger trouble is like I could have a tab like what the one you're on, and then have sub tabs under that where I have three more dashboards under that one.
Oh yeah.
The tab map series embedded in a tab map series, and I do that
Yeah.
because I have that for I monitor 50 or 60 dashboards, and they're all under different headings, and it's just an easier way for me to click and see what's going on with each one, and
Hmm.
it'll just change a bit of what how I do things. I'll keep figuring it out.
Yeah. It might be easy enough to just use Experience Builder to have like pages and then each one you just have a tab for those pages and you just click on them and it pulls up the dashboard. It's just like a navigation thing that you're using Experience Builder for.
And I'll just wait and see if if these keep working. I don't know.
I
I don't need to edit.
think eventually it'll stop working, but yeah, I'd be curious to see what happens after February 25th.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hmm. Anybody else?
Okay, if not, thank you, Adrienne.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Looks like we have a lot of work ahead of us. And again, if you have questions as you try and run these things, please reach out. You can reach out to me or Joan, um, and we can reach out to Adrienne. Okay.
And just to confirm, I'm pushing this one over to Lisa, the Marine and Coastal Zone Advocacy Council.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
I just maybe don't have permissions to do it.
Yeah, maybe after this we can do a screen share. So
Okay.
that would probably apply to everyone else too. Okay, well, thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Thanks again, Adrienne.
Bye.
Thank you.